Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description. Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And we just got our hands on the Wwe 2K17. Thanks to the people at 2K Games. They brought us out here to New York for SummerSlam weekend, and they had sort of this big SummerSlam kickoff event thing that you guys are seeing now. And we got to get our hands on the game, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. They had two modes available. They had the normal matches.
Yes, and we did backstage brawling too. AJ Styles in a rematch of Wrestle Kingdom 10. We did AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. There was some sort of miscommunication between the two backstage, Larson, and that led to them having an impromptu match.
And it's pretty, I guess the only frame of reference you really have for backstage brawls in previous wrestling games was No Mercy.
Yeah, I know they did it in later ones, like SmackDown versus Raw versus SmackDown, stuff like that. But I didn't play many of those games, so I don't really have a lot of frame of reference for those.
But in No Mercy, it was pretty limited. You had like 2 rooms you can go in.
Oh, yeah. You can do a lot in No Mercy.
But this is pretty expansive. You get the whole backstage area, and then you get to go through a hallway. There's the interview area with Renee Young.
Yeah, that was kind of the best part, is that you can, not the best part, but one of the funnier parts, is that you can it's a pretty long hallway you're in, and you can just start running back, all the way down the hallway. And she's talking to, I swear it was Alberto Del Rio. They're probably going to switch him out by the time the game comes out, depending on his contract status. But then they scurry off as you run towards them like a madman. And then, of course, you can pick up the trash cans and the little concession carts and stuff like that.
And then also you can walk into, in this case, Vince McMahon's office.
Yeah.
And he just seemed kind of annoyed that you were in there.
There was another door. We didn't walk through that one. I wonder who that was.
That's a good point.
Maybe it was the game Triple H.
Well, the office we walked into had Triple H's logo on the door.
Oh, so Vinnie Mac was maybe that's why Vinnie Mac wasn't saying anything, because he was rooting through trying to find some dirt on his son-in-law.
He was going through Triple H's email.
That could be, yeah. So I don't know. I didn't notice many differences between the last one and this one. It just seems like they're sort of tweaking the gameplay a little bit, minor improvements, like the reversal system I know you mentioned off camera. You notice that the window seems to be a little bit larger. It makes the gameplay more fun if you're not frustrated every time you're hitting the reversal and nothing's happening, or it says too late or too early.
Well, in our case, I was getting frustrated because my timing was off and I wasn't getting many reversals, whereas you were reversing virtually everything I was doing.
Which is apropos. I'm the reversal and the kick-out king. I'm usually really good at those things.
No, what do I do?
Somehow you end up winning most of the time.
I did win the backstage brawl.
Unless you're playing Mecha Santa. Speaking of custom creations like Mecha Santa, that's one thing we didn't get our hands on. There were a couple things. Also, I was hoping that somebody would have slipped up and been able to, you could see the Universal title so we could see what it looks like. Obviously, by the time you're watching this, we'll all know what it looks like. But as of right now when we're filming this, we have no idea what the Universal title is going to look like. That's
right. But you really think they would include the Universal title right now?
Maybe. It's just the press. No filming is allowed. No photography is allowed. People are just starting to describe it. I really hope it's going to be like the old NWA belt, little mildewy mirror with the USA map on it.
You want tarnished tin with some rhinestones instead of proper real jewels.
I think that's ideal, yeah.
In the shape of the United States with a fist coming out of it.
Yes, exactly. That's what I want. But, you can't have everything. It wasn't in there. Custom creation. There was no My Career to play. It was just they wanted you to take a look at the gameplay and the backstage stuff. So, I don't know. It was cool. It was no big drastic. I like when they do little tweaks, because, it's the same game that I've been playing, and so I can just keep on playing it, only I'll be a little bit better at it.
You don't have to learn a whole new game. One thing I did notice, and I noticed this primarily, too, in the Brock Lesnar entrance video they released, the scope of things looks a little bit larger. Like the arena we wrestled in was a Raw arena, and it felt more like a large arena as opposed to the previous game, which kind of felt at times small, especially when we did WrestleMania.
There's a little, in the 2K16 there was a little bit more empty space in the as I throw up. In 2K16 there was you're right, it felt less dense, less packed with people, and this did feel like there was a bit more going on, a bit busier.
Energy.
Yes.
People.
Yes.
Scope.
Yes.
Epic scope.
Yes.
High energy.
Yes.
Sold out arenas.
Yeah.
This is all the sensations you will feel as we did playing WWE 2K17.
It won't be real to me until they can let you dictate the number of fans in attendance, so that you and I can have a match with maybe 10 people in attendance. It'd be like a friendo meetup.
Or an empty arena match.
Right, exactly, yeah. That'd be great.
That'd be actually be really interesting in my universe, or WWE Universe mode.
Okay, look like you had something to tell us.
Yeah, in WWE Universe mode, if you could say it's a house show in Topeka, Kansas, but it was poorly advertised, you only drew 1,000 people.
Right, exactly.
That would be fascinating.
You know, it's like so many people here have like these great cameras. And we're sitting here with our 2011 model T3i.
It does the job, man. Well, I think also the taunt animations looked a little sharper.
Yeah, they look cool. I wonder if they're going to keep Finn Balor's too, because Finn Balor did a 2-sweet.
That's true, he did.
I wonder if they're going to keep that in there because they're not letting him do that anymore.
Maybe they're teasing something. That's the Easter egg they put in there.
We need to ask him about that tonight, by the way.
Finn's not going to be here, is he? AJ's going to be here.
Maybe we can ask him.
About the whole two-sweeting situation?
Yeah. Say, look, who's allowed a 2-sweet and who isn't? I want to know.
That's a great question.
Because if I go to a live event, I'm going to want to know who I'm going to get a 2-sweet from back. If I'm going to pay big money for a front row seat, who am I going to get a 2-sweet from back?
That's a good question. We'll ask him about that.
So, okay, it's if we get AJ in front of us, it's going to be the moment of truth. Are you going to get a 2-sweet from AJ? If he's literally in front, up until now, it's been abstract. Okay, but if he's literally in front of you, are you really going to turn him down? Are you going to sell out your principles, your convictions?
It depends if he even offers. He might not. He might be like, no, this is something I do.
Oh, he'll do it. He'll do it. I've seen him all day on WWE's Snapchats. He's at Toys R Us signing autographs. 2-sweeting like it's no tomorrow, like it's a popular thing to do.
I wish we could put this up right now, this video, because I'd say, all right, I don't know. I'm conflicted right now. Because how often do you get an opportunity to 2-sweet a wrestling icon? We'll continue this later, I guess.
I guess so. I'm going to say this. I will be personally disappointed if you do it. If you give him a 2-sweet, I'll be so disappointed.
You know what's going to happen is it'll be a situation like this where I have a mic in one hand, our audio recorder in the other, and it's like I physically just can't 2-sweet him. I just can't do it. Sorry, AJ.
I'm gonna make sure you do.
We'll see what happens when the interview happens, if it happens.
All right, that's enough for now.
Bye.